Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Kia ora, my Katsus. This is a show match between Levia and Katsu the Wanderer with a good friend of mine, Leigh from the Tavern Brawlers team.
Hey, everybody.
Team captain of this here Tavern Brawlers, which is a great place to go for online leagues. You run, CC, Commoner, Blitz?
A little bit of everything. Wherever we have the demand and support for, we're here to try to make sure that people can play games.
Exactly, and they're pretty well run. It's all on webcam. It's super fun, so please jump in on that if you're ever looking to play games. But for the matchup today, we've just got a pretty tough one for Levia, actually. We are playing with the new update, so no more stubby hammers in this kind of Katsu list. But even so, I am going to be pretty afraid of the amount of aggressive damage that Katsu can put out. So with this kind of Levia build, what I'm trying to take out of the list in better preparation for this matchup is a lot of the more like anti-control tools, which in this version of the deck would be like an extra, the recursion package itself with Shadow Blazophet, the Howls, and then the Ghostly, and then the extra ways to actually use the recursion package in these yellow hungerings. It's kind of more of a tech for the Guardian stuff that I'm expecting heading into the Pro Tour. That's not what's going to be useful here. Instead, I'm trying to focus more on the more aggressive route with heavy trade-ins. I know, 3 red trade-ins with Mark the Beast and Graveling Growls to try to have some extra synergy where perhaps you trade in a Mark of the Beast, turn off Blood Deck, Claw into Graveling. Sounds pretty cool. We'll see if it lines up. But that's the idea with how we're sideboarding here. The equipment itself is just trying to stay as tanky as possible. It is an awkward combo of Scabskins and Goliath, but I don't want to take Goliath Hooves because I really do need to block a lot of what Katsu's throwing at me. But I don't have the extra Ghostly line in this build to really make use of having Gamblers, so we'll see how this feels on my end. But honestly, Katsu tends to be pretty tough, so we'll just kind of see how Leigh plays this list, but he's got some good stuff here.
Yeah, for myself, I don't really have a very deep specific sideboard against Levia, but I know that she has a number of turns throughout the game where she goes off very, very strong, very deep. So sometimes we need just a little bit of extra defense to help us protect our life totals. This way we can continue to apply that pressure for a longer period throughout the game. The great thing about Sync Blows and Flick Flacks are that I can also just bend them to Katsu effect in order to continue my aggression pact. So I'm not out of aggression by playing my defense against this deck. It's just a different route, different avenue. And I plan on getting hits in against this matchup, so I'm not too worried about needing or using my tools to expand my on-hit effects, like my Razors and my Ancestral Powers, Ancestral Empowerments, I know that some of my attacks are probably going to end up hitting a little bit better than against some other matchups out there. So I don't need that extra help getting over the top as much. And then even bigger than that, doesn't block it, has a 0 defensive value. So it's not that great in this matchup. I'm already running 3 of each of these, so I want to make sure that I can just slim that down and be able to defend myself a little bit better. I am only taking 3 out and putting 6 in, so it's going to dilute the deck just a little bit, but it'll barely be noticeable.
Well, cool. We're kind of excited here to get into this match here, so hey, best of luck, Leigh.
Good luck.
Let's do it. Alrighty, Leigh, evens or odds?
Odds.
Roll the big die, and you got it. That is your choice.
Oddball for the oddball.
Did you want first or second there?
Against the aggro mirror, I will always choose to go second because I want to make sure to try to take the tempo.
Sounds good. All right, cool. That worked out. That said, though, do we want to cycle anything? I think we do. Yeah, I am still going to pitch here for a claw. For 3. That's it.
So I actually have a really solid hand here as it is. Does this have go again?
Nope.
So I'm just looking at 3 damage.
3 damage, that's it.
I might like literally just take that on the chin in order to keep this hand.
Up to you.
Yeah, no defense.
No reactions. You'll take 3. I'll move to Arsenal, and we'll send it your way.
Yep. Start off the turn with a nice little tunic trigger.
3. Cool.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, we're going to fire off with a Red Ride the Tailwind, coming in for 3 go again, and if it hits, my next attack with base power 2 or less gains go again.
I'm going to say no blocks on that.
No, we don't need food.
I will Ancestral Empower, giving it +1, and I'll draw 1. So I'll get the on hit.
Sure thing. Yep. No reactions here.
Yep.
We'll go to 36.
And then I will attack in theory and in practice with a snatch for 2, go again.
Snatch for 2, go again.
This will force him to choose a block for it.
Yeah, interesting. It's a blue, though. Just a blue. Where we go here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and block here with equipment already.
Yeah,
Block
you
2.
got it. And I'm fine with that. As a Katsu player, I want to try to force him to break his equipment as early as possible so that my attacks begin to take effect later in the game. And I'm going to go ahead and play an E-Strike now, coming in for a big 7. And I'm going to go ahead and bottom this card to create density for later in this game.
Coming in for 7. All right, well, now we're a little clear to block that way.
Yeah.
Just
This is a lot more straightforward, just looking at 7 damage, so.
Yep. And what color we draw? Yeah, I'm going to block 3 there.
Yep, no response.
1, 2, 3, 4. Fill that graveyard just a little bit. Alright, we're going to kick off my turn. I'm going to play a trade-in from Arsenal, and I'm going to resolve the effect discard here. 6, so I'll go ahead and draw 1. Claws are now active. Coming in for 3, go again.
No blocks.
Cool. You'll take 3.
Yep.
You can go that route. Or try to hold that back. We're fine, actually, to push a little bit. Sure. I'm going to then come in with a claw. Has go again. Coming in for 3.
No blocks.
Okay, you'll take 3. And then I'll just come in with a claw again for 3.
No blocks here.
All right, and then I will arsenal this and go to you.
Tunic to 2. I will play a red 100 wins here. Coming in for 3 with go again.
3.
More than 99.
Interesting.
No, it's 100 wins. 100 little wins.
No blocks on this.
Yep, no responses.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 29.
And I will activate Katsu on hit.
Yep.
Discard a card. Go get the card at the bottom here. Which is another red 100 wins.
Interesting. So we can start with this.
Offer cut.
He's trying to keep a huge hand. Alrighty.
That'll come in for 4 with go again.
4 with go again. I'll say no blocks here.
Yep, no
Are you
response.
actually going to play a game?
1, 2, 3, 4.
And now I have here a Winds of Eternity that is also coming in for 4. No go again on the Winds of Eternity.
I'll come back.
If it hits, my 100 ones will go to the bottom or get shuffled back into my deck.
Sure.
And also threatening the Master Trigger here.
Yep. Mass Trigger's honestly more important than
Yeah.
the shuffle effect for me, but
The shuffle effect is important for me as a Katsu player because I want to be able to tuck these back into the deck and do this all over again. But I know he's probably not going to let this Winds hit, and that's okay as well because that'll help me start to gain the tempo.
well, I mean, I can let the Winds hit here because you already do have the 1 card in hand for Arsenal. I'm
Yep.
only like mega punished off of
What?
you going off with snaps. That could be it. I don't think it's going to be the turn you do though. I'm going to say no blocks on this either.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, I will stack it so that I draw and then shuffle.
Okay.
We're all playing Esper, okay?
This will not shuffle in, but only the 100 ones will.
Yep. Okay. Well,
And I will go ahead to Arsenal. I will Arsenal this card and keep that card and draw up and pass to you.
sounds good. We're hoping that was worth it because I do have something powerful on my end.
He's fucking going black.
We've got some Magic players in the background. That's just how it is. Let's see. That's good for you there.
Yep.
We'll go into me and see if we like this play. I'm going to start with Art of War. I'm going to say go
Nice.
again and banish to draw.
Yeah.
And we're going to go ahead and banish here, which is going to give me my first blood debt.
Oh,
Draw 2 and turn it off.
$3
1,
card.
2. Okay, okay.
There's this magical thing
Well,
called
I
internet.
wanted
And you go on there,
different
you fill
colored
your cards,
strips
and
in my
send them
hand,
to you.
but
I
it's
know a
doable.
novel idea.
But
Then
it's
send them to
doable.
you, and
We'll
you
come in
get
for
them
7
out.
go again with a Graveling Growl here.
7, go again.
7, 3 in hand, nothing floating.
All right. No effects, just damage.
Nope, just damage.
It's hard to tell when it's a white card.
I saw the 3 Bs.
What does the B mean?
Hmm.
Blue?
No, you is blue.
U is blue. B is black.
No, U is the letter U. B is B. I'm glad you
Yeah,
had this
so
conversation.
we're lucky here in this draw. You see that? We are
So kill
lucky.
treat for a couple
So-
of minutes.
No, just
I don't know what he has.
Nope.
I know that I have 28 life.
We're gonna go get
And
You're gonna watch
I
it.
have an
You're gonna
okay
watch it,
turn
watch you eat 10.
then with the card in Arsenal as well. It could turn into something here.
we're gonna get him like a radical.
Yeah,
That
it's
being
Tunic
said-
up as well. Like,
With the Tunic active, yep.
I
That being said,
oh,
I
yeah,
kind of want to
yeah.
keep as much as possible in my hand, so I want to push my limits and see what I can get away with here in this turn. See if he has to actually force me to block. I'm going to go ahead and declare no blocks.
all right, you can take it.
Oh, see.
I'll come in with 7 again.
Because we said you have new friends, and I'm like, oh, good.
And then no blocks again if there's no effects.
Sounds good. I will then move to Arsenal, his last card, and be pretty happy with a 14 damage turn off of, in theory, 4 cards. That was good.
I play against a lot of decks that do a lot of damage. I'm okay with 14.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
That
okay
is
with
fair.
this. I'm okay with this. All right, we go to
Oh, no.
3 on the Tunic here.
There's 2 lands? Okay.
so technically
How does this
I'm
hand
double
work?
dip.
The hand's okay.
Did you get pennies tonight and tomorrow?
I'm getting food tonight, and then she's also picking me up food, so that's gonna go in the fridge for work tonight.
Well, we do have a lot of options with this hand, and that's always good.
Yeah, I know, besides
A
that.
little colder here? Actually, I'm fine with my hands.
Yeah, it is very
I will remove the counter here to play a Belittle, coming in for 3. I will reveal a a blue 100 wins to go get a blue minimalism from my deck.
Sure. I'm going to say no blocks on that.
Oh, I go third? Cool.
Looking like it.
Yeah, just hang tight. Don't bother cutting.
Don't bother cutting.
Actually,
Okay.
No blocks.
Yep,
Damage
no
in.
blocks. Yep, I'll take 1, 2, 3.
Fish, drill. No.
He's like, Mike, bitch. I don't play an island.
So here I can discard that minimalism to go get a card with combo.
Sounds good. It's a free Katsu effect, basically.
Yeah.
Little just giving you a card.
It's
a good one.
I'm actually gonna grab a Hurricane Technique here.
Okay. This is the one that cares about the rising knee, like tap line.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, how did you lose it down?
I don't know. Had to be a-
I think Adam stole it.
It had to be an Adam stole.
One of them probably pocketed it and didn't know he was.
And then that'll be in the banish.
How'd you pay the one that played
You're absolutely right.
Hmm.
I'm gonna play a 2-drop though. Captain Vargas.
Nope.
Go ahead. You gotta say it like that.
Captain Vargas?
Alright.
I'm gonna pitch a Lunging Crest here
Sounds good.
to attack with a Kadachi.
And I will say no blocks on that one
Yeah.
either. Take 1. And we have these.
Yeah. I'm playing a creature deck.
Feed the fish.
I'm playing a creature deck.
You put mana rocks in there.
I haven't drawn one. Alright, guys.
You gotta go share with terrorists.
I gotta feed the fish.
Still a lot of unknowns in your hand on my end. I know you have a blue 100 wins,
Yep.
so you got one more resource card, but do you really care about a resource card?
Right.
That's what I'm unsure about.
What is that?
If you did, you probably...
Then I'll play a belittle here,
Okay.
revealing again the blue 100 wins
Yep. All right.
to go get. We'll say
I'm still only playing a creature on my turn, so.
another blue minnowism here.
Sounds good. Well, Razor sucks.
It would be a shame.
But it has to go again anyway, so we're going to go ahead and block 3.
I'm gonna cast nothing. I'm gonna go to an attack step. Hey Tom, I'm gonna hit you for 2.
Uppercuts.
All right.
You did.
Let's do it this way.
You fed the fish.
Give you those.
Jen and I were playing
Yeah.
the right game.
You should beat up the fish.
No, fish is gonna go away. What do I care?
And then I'm going to go
Are you really?
Kadachi.
Well, I just made a treasure.
No blocks on this one.
Yep.
And,
Take 1.
100 wins.
whenever a pirate I control.
All right. That just has an 8 go again coming in for 1. 2 in hand.
Sort of.
You can sack stuff.
You searched Hurricane Technique, which cost 1, right?
I like my 7
So you can't just have leg tap, Rising Knee, Hurricane. Yeah, I'm not blocking this anyway. I guess
Yep.
we'll take 1 here as well.
Yep.
Oh, Tom, you don't want to start.
And I'll go for E-Strike for 7. Oh, sorry, for 5. Draw a card.
Actually, I'm going to be getting 3.
Apparently, you make a chunk, right? I'm gonna put this dildo.
Interesting. Do I really mind
Comes equipped with
if
drill
you
dozer.
snaps that? That's
Oh my
odd.
god, it's the drill dozer. The dildozer. You don't understand the reference, Tom. You probably haven't seen any accuracy, have you? Nope. No, but I can laugh at them. Oh, it's exactly the thing. It's the monster
5.
truck
That's
with
pretty
dildos
tall
on it.
for Katsu. It could just be Husk
Exactly,
time.
Have you seen any
Husk time
accuracy?
isn't that bad. I think we're gonna go ahead and do that.
It also significantly stops the mass trigger too
Yeah.
here, which is very important because if I draw another card on top of that yet again, that would potentially give me a lot more gas than you'd want to see.
Right. It's just when I commit Husk on something that wasn't like really threatening, like a massive combo, it hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
You're right. You blocked the mask here, so I'm at least happy with that.
Yeah.
But it's losing 1 block value as well,
Yeah.
in theory.
Yeah.
Is it? Alright, we should be watching.
I mean, I don't get a lot taller than that, anyways.
Yeah. That's the idea.
So now I have to decide whether it's worth for me to lose my Snapdragon Scalers now in order to extend into the Hurricane Technique for 4 damage, or just lose the Hurricane Technique permanently for the rest of the game. And then Arsenal, this potential card here. It's hard to say what the right path is because like pushing damage right now is very important, but
Well, it's less important because my Husk is now gone.
right.
If I'd blocked differently, and then if you force something with your equipment to
Yeah.
make me Husk inefficiently, I think that would have been really strong.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that if I had a way to be able to extend this over, that would have been worth. So I think I'm going to go ahead and not break my Snapdragon Scalers this time and go ahead and Arsenal. Although we are getting so close to the end of the game, it might be a situation where I could like legitimately consider this is the time to use it or never get to use it.
Right. Well, I would hope I can present 14, but we're not seeing blood rushes, so it's really not that kind of game just yet. But we're going to come in for 6, hopefully go again. There's exactly 3 misses, so there's always that chance, of course.
It's just gonna make me try. And
Pick 3.
1, 2, 3.
All right, we've got a hit, a miss, and a hit. So blood that's going to go up by 1. Skeins go again. And that means there's 2 misses left in the yard, which is not so bad.
All right. So for 6 damage, no effects,
Yep.
no blocks.
All right, you can take it.
But I have to attack each of these like get treasures.
Then I'll come in for another 6 with Boneyard Marauder. This is going to banish 3 again. And the good news here is I'll be in complete control of the yard, because even if it leaves the 1 miss, right, I'm incredibly happy.
So here, I'm just
So
hoping
go
to
ahead,
hit as
one.
many hits as possible.
So
So I'll just choose this one to stay,
Yep.
and then those will be my 3.
All right, so you hit the 2 misses, so this is totally fine
Okay.
with me. Blood doesn't go up anymore. That is just coming in for 6.
Yeah.
common trait.
Go again.
No go again. One card in hand though.
It gives +1. All pirates get +1/+1 for each time I.
It is so cold in here, everyone. I am
Yeah.
shivering. But I'm about to get Vietnamese food after this. Get that nice warm pho going.
No blocks.
Reckless swing range, Harley.
Oh, forgot about that card.
Yeah. If you wanna, did you wanna block with like?
Oh, probably block with
breaking
breaking
skills,
scales. Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
All right, then we'll arsenal this and go.
I mean, that's a good idea, anyways.
Probably.
All pirates get +1/+1.
All right, I'm gonna arsenal that last card, draw these 4, and go to you.
Yeah, tunic to 1 because that'll definitely get there. Aggro deck jokes.
Well, to be fair, I'm not. Look, I've seen 1 Art of War, 0 Blood Rush.
Yeah.
It's been an awkward game for finding damage, but it's still trading well. I'm surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I am
All right.
surprised.
So here we're gonna pitch a captain's call to play a belittle and reveal a yellow 100 wins. So I'm gonna go get a minnowism.
But just not to me.
Okay. Yellow 100 red. Getting another blue minnowism. So, resource-wise, you're set. I guess I don't even know if you run red minnowism, but honestly, I would have expected
We're
that.
gonna put this guy back here. He's never back.
I don't know what happened.
He's just
I'm
back
going
here
to say
making
no
clues.
blocks on that
It's
belittle.
clues. I don't know how you make a clue, but he's making them.
It's meant back.
Yeah, just wait a second.
Oh yeah,
Um,
sorry.
You're fine. So on hit, boom.
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
I will bin to go get a card with a combo. Pull out a red 100 wins.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, we
Now
love
offer the
finance.
Furiel cut.
Just with Malcolm. You can get Malcolm.
For real cut is good.
It really depends if he's in the
Kadachi.
Actually, he kind of is in the middle of the moment.
Kadachi for 1. So now that I know you're coming in with probably the 100 wins next, that's going to threaten breaking scales. So basically, if I want to stop mass this turn, I should just go ahead and do it now rather than overblock scales, because then you just hold it. So we're going to go ahead and
Is it sealed? Hell no.
block 1 with the scabs here.
The block is good. I will
Why, Tom?
send out the next one.
And I'll take that one to 11.
Yep, that'll turn off the mask for the time being. Well, I mean, that one will turn off. Anyways.
Yep.
Anyways.
Back to Chain Link 1, basically.
Yeah. And then this will come in for 2. Go again.
Alright, Tom's gonna attack you now to die.
So it's questionable again.
I can double it.
They all cost 0, so it's definitely going to be that. It can be a wider turn, depending on what's in there. So I might as well just truck this, honestly.
Why are you being such a proxy here?
Oh, I don't hate proxies, but I like to have at least some
We'll block
markers where I
there.
just know what it looks
For 3.
like.
For 3. You got the block. Gonna come in for 4. Go again.
No blocks on this one.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Gonna come in for 5. Go again.
Not for me, I don't know. Not, certainly not me.
Your turn, Rich.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Interesting. Interesting.
It
I think
just
we're
slipped
gonna
out.
be-
You heard it. Okay.
This is what happens when I'm uncaffeinated.
Find the
I think we're going to do it this
The
way.
filter's gone. I start calling Steve Shelby.
You did Shelby. It's
I'm going to block 5 there.
It's a Shelby Cobra.
Thinking
shirt.
about Crown.
Yeah. I'm gonna move to the attack
I don't think it's worth it. We're good there.
All right, I'll apply the breaking skills here,
Yep. I'll take 1.
Yep. and then I'll come in here with the Winds of Fraternity to follow it up for 4. And on hit, I shuffle these guys back. And on hit, I draw a card.
You only have 1 blocker.
That's fine, no blocks.
So I think I will go ahead and gamble here and break the snaps.
Yep, I think you have to.
Yeah.
1-4.
Cool.
Let's draw a card.
You block those
Oh
ass.
shit!
All that has
I come in
to
for a
be-
2. Unfortunately, it's just 2.
Yeah, but that is still lethal, right?
Yeah.
So hold up a second, because these shuffle in.
Yeah.
But you know, regular has
Go ahead, do
That
that.
actually, yeah. So yeah, I get to order them, but I probably should have shuffled first. But I guess that would not have mattered necessarily.
And then I'm just going to block there.
Yeah,
That's tap and attack.
makes sense.
So Regnan's gonna come in and attack. I don't want to draw the IR Jen, you should just use my Ragman.
I need that ass like
Hey, I'll attack Tom with this Ragman too.
Yeah. So now there are the
I'll
2
take
misses
46
in
if it's
there.
you.
Extort. You've been extorting everything.
Offer,
Uh,
cuts,
Oh, I'm shuffling.
breaking skills dead. Snapdragon skills is dead.
the monkey.
Those will go bin. That'll go bottom. That'll
Yep.
go back on top. I will end my turn there and draw.
Yeah, so now I've got a choice. I can risk it with Goliath to make this even bigger, which I really think is worth it. Because if I just do it now, then all I do is force out 2 cards,
Dead, we don't know how to feel about it.
which is not good enough.
This is stupid.
But it also does leave me vulnerable to just straight losing.
Yeah.
But we take the lines we have to take, right?
I'm
I'm gonna break Goliath and then come in with Endless Maw for at least 8, maybe 11. I mean, if it's 8, then I lose. So there's that.
So what's the?
So
condition?
it's it has to hit a 6 in the yard here to gain
Okay.
+3. There are exactly 3 misses, and like granted, if I just
Are you just
don't hit, then I'm dead to blooded anyway.
That's okay, I'll just take her button.
All right, pick 3.
Tom, if I hit Glitton one part 3, you don't win the game.
Let's see it. That is miss, miss, hit. That's gonna save me there. Go up to 11. Add 1 more blood debt to the total here at 4.
Who's that?
11.
You have
No dominate. No go again. No cards in hand.
So I have 3 blocks here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is there fucking time? Everyone attack Tom.
6, 7, 8.
Just like fucking packed. Very packed.
This is what we were hoping for. 3 block and equipment meant I had to pop Goliath, otherwise it's a 2 card
9, 10.
block.
I guess I got 10 here, and I take 1.
Take 1.
Even though it's supposed to be the reckless swing, I mean I kind of have to do it.
Yeah, it's either that or give me the full pass.
Yeah.
If you keep at least 1 card, then you can Kadachi, right? And that's
End of turn. No 24.
scary enough, because I'm in that range myself.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a 3.
So it comes in for 3, you said?
You don't understand, that's dragging.
3. We'll go ahead and just block that.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna have to drop back up and hope that I don't just die.
Alright. I'm gonna unfortunately pitch awkwardly. That's all I had. To come in with Endless Maw again.
Yep.
Endless Maw. You can't miss now, thank goodness. It's going to come in for 9. Go ahead, pick 3.
1, 2, 3.
Alright. And that is hit, hit, miss, blood debt up to
How
7.
many fighters do you have now, Tom?
Coming in for 9.
Still one.
Hopefully, once again, a 3 card block.
Same one.
It's a 1-2?
And really, we're just digging for a dominate effect or the reckless.
It's only when this attacks, it's 2-2. Oh.
There's a lot of dominate in the deck, right? There's
When
Yes.
the writhings, convulsions, although that one would require more of a crafted
You
hand.
have two commanders.
But we're getting there.
What's the attack power?
9.
9.
It's a pirate deck. It's a fucking pirate deck. It's not meant to be like good.
So if you
Getting tight over here.
play it again from your hand. Each time you played a commander from the command zone. I was gonna say, care about the zone.
I mean, there's also the chance you have a bunch of 2 blocks, right? Like a full hand of 2 blocks is only 8. You take 1 still. Although 1 and 2 are relatively the same for me here.
Sure.
Why do you have to move? You want to just mill me now?
So here I'll block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, past reactions,
Go for it.
and then flick flack for 4 for 9.
Full 9 sounds good to
Yeah.
me.
Creatures fall.
We will pass it over.
Yep. So I play
1, 2, 3, 4,
3.
3.
Instant
Yep. So I guess we can play it that way.
The background?
Which doesn't guarantee anything, but it's still a lot of damage. Oh yeah, I'll block 3 here.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'm going to start with Unworldly Bellow. It's going to banish 3, doesn't care if it hits, although of course I do. Because if I miss, then that's blooded off, but I can't miss here anyway. So go ahead and pick 3.
1, 2, 3.
These 3, it's going to be miss, hit, hit, blood dead up to 9.
Nah, that's not
And blood dead off for the turn, thank goodness.
Casual.
And then with the 1 floating, I'll come in for 10. Gets the +4 and base 6. Coming in for 10.
I'm not gonna do the ignorant thing. I always
1,
Eight.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8.
Woo! GG's, Leigh.
Good game.
Good game. Well, that was pretty tight there with aggro versus aggro, but really we saw Levia's armor suite making that a game. I mean, one of the big problems in this matchup in the past is I want to block as much as I can against a Katsu, but there were times in Levia where you draw all reds, and if you didn't have a Boneyard Marauder, then you were just absolutely going to lose that turn cycle because you had to just eat the damage to pitch with those reds to turn off Blood Debt. But now Crown saves you for that like 1 turn a game where it happens, hopefully, and it's just fantastic. But for how the game actually played out itself, a couple things to touch on. On my end, I had double trade in turn 1, which was fortunate, of course. But I really think I should have actually played out that first trade-in instead of double pitch reds, just because it would have done the same hand filtering that pitching double red does, right? I see 2 cards deeper in the deck. But it also would have sent a card to graveyard, which didn't really come up as like a tight thing this game, but it can. So I think that was just one thing missed. Alongside that, of course, you're supposed to be playing towards Blood Rush, which I just never saw, never pitched, never played. So that was unfortunate. But we did have an Art of War that was fantastic early game for just that 14 damage turn with Graveling. Really love this card. I don't like all the conversations people have about cutting Art of War, because one of the beauties of Art of War, I'll just point this out now, is it's actually so insanely live in an all-red hand. If you have 3 reds in Art of War, you're more than happy to actually pitch a red to kick off Art of War, because as long as you draw a blue, you're probably getting the actual go again attack off anyway, because you can come in with like a 1 cost, 2 cost off the one of the cards you had in hand that was a red, drawing like another red and blue. So an all red hand is actually totally fine with Art of War, whereas if you had like an all red hand with like Enlightened Strike, which a lot of people talk about, you're met with the problem of, okay, sure, you can play Enlightened Strike, but then you're still left with like those other 2 reds. What do you do with them? So there's the hand filtering with Art of War, really like, and it presented 14 this game with a no blue hand. So we just saw what that did, right? In the late game, there were multiple ways to close that I was digging for. We had Reckless, of course, Writhing, and then Convulsions. Convulsions would have needed a little bit more in like one of these 1 costs there, but we were at a point in the game where I would be able to keep 3-card hands for at least 2 more turns into Leigh's late game to try to find this stuff. But eventually we just caught him on a bunch of 2 blocks as well, which is something that can happen. It's one of the benefits of Levia. She doesn't really have these 2 blocks, even though she's so aggressive. She plays a lot of 3 blocks, but of course downside with Blood Debt and all that. What do you think, Leigh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I did anything wrong in terms of like choosing my sideboard package. Everything felt right. Like there was one turn in the beginning of the game where I actually had a defense reaction in hand, and you attacked me with 3 3-power attacks. I could have blocked one of them out, saved out 3 of my life total, but instead I kept it in order to be able to discard it to Katsu for my turn for the next effect instead of
honestly,
playing my defense.
That's not even something I think about, but that's actually great flexibility.
But I did have that option to be able to defend if I wanted to do so. There was one turn, the first 100 wins attack that we had that went into the Winds of Eternity. We had 200 wins. and we had the Winds of Eternity, and he decided to not block the Winds of Eternity because I already had a card in hand to Arsenal as it was, and the Winds of Eternity did not have go again. So he decided to let the Mask Trigger slip into there, and he chose not to block. I was able to shuffle those 200 Winds back into my deck, and those were both red 100 Winds, and I was then later able to capitalize on that ability, and that helped me present a very strong, very close to lethal hand push that really pushed him back.
And what about your Hurricane turn?
And so there was one turn when I went and I banished for the Katsu effect, discarded for the Katsu effect, and I pulled out a Hurricane technique. There was two things that were going through my head here at the time. One was the very legitimate potential to be able to just throw 4 at the end of the chain. I wasn't really sure where the chain was going completely. Sometimes you don't know where it's going to end up. You try to pick a path and see what your opponent does, and what they do determines how you have to maneuver the turn throughout the rest of the attack chain. And that was very much the case with that turn, because there were numerous effects that were going on at different times throughout that chain time. And if Nansen had chosen a various path at any time, or taken damage differently, or allowed one more Mask Trigger, it could have affected everything on how I did, and I could have ended up drawing a card to be able to swing this out. The second thing that was coming through my head at the same time was I don't have a single piece of the leg tap line in my hand at all. If I pull this, I'm really going to mess with his head.
Oh, I really thought it was coming for me. Yeah.
And so when I started laying out, he attacks. In his head, he's thinking, okay, I got to pay attention to the high damage rate of the leg tap Hurricane technique line. That's just significant. That's at least a 15 damage attack distance of those 3 cards. And that's a very real thing that you have to pay attention to and make sure that you can guard against. And so I was able to throw all this other small stuff at him, and he was just waiting for it. And eventually got to the point in the turn where I didn't have enough resources to play out the leg tap, so he knew I wasn't on the leg tap line anymore.
Yeah, that was the one part of the turn where it started to be clear. I think there was probably a route where you just don't swing a Kodachi, you choose go again with the Enlightened Strike, and you still swing this for 4 at the end there. But yeah, a little bit of mind games on that league.
Yeah.
But overall, it was pretty fun. We're going to try to get some more games recorded here with some local players. And thankfully, Leigh's not that far. It's only an hour.
Yep.
So official welcome to the channel here, Leigh. It was a great pleasure.
Thank you, League of Levia. Thanks for watching this show with us, and I'll see you guys later.